Talking heads make predictions, then hope you forget about how wrong they were. But not Mackie and Judd.
Write this down.
This is the big leagues, where we own our terrible predictions.
Write that down.
And keep track of each other's batting averages. It's Write That Down.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
With Mackie and Judd.
The only show in America that actually puts statistics next to our predictions. Just like AEW puts the records next to their wrestlers, right? It's genius.
I love that. Yeah, that's actually really smart.
It could be pretty tricky sometimes, too, if you got a jobber who's lost like 20 matches.
Right.
Wrestling wins? Come on.
Wins above replacement.
Give me advanced metrics in wrestling.
Yeah.
Wrestling wins mean nothing. They don't tell me a damn thing.
We should do wins above replacement on Write That Down. Just kind of see who's the best all-around player, okay, when it comes to... We used to do slugging percentage, but it got kind of complicated trying to figure out what's a triple?
Yeah,
what's a double?
Yeah.
So we just got rid of those and do home runs now. So this is Mackie and Judd. Write that down. It's the most innovative and also the most daring segment in all of sports talk. We're the only show in America that actually puts statistics next to our predictions. Every week, it's 3 predictions from everybody. They must be quantifiable. We keep track of batting averages and home runs. And listeners, if you want to participate like David is about to sling some parlays, you can send us a message through the SKOR North app. It's free to download. You can read all of Judd's speculative articles, and it's a one-stop shop for everything we do here at SKOR North. And, boys, let's just jump right into it here. The accountability session starts with one Judd Zulgad. 3 things
This is
came
so
off the board.
close.
You said, man, it's so negative here. You said the Timberwolves would win exactly 3 of their next 5 games, starting with that Memphis Grizzlies game.
Yeah.
Oof.
No faith. They won 4 of 5 games. They beat the Grizz, Cavs, Warriors, and the Thunder.
The Warriors' win was the curveball. I thought they'd lose that game.
Yeah, and they got smoked by the Sixers, too. They got beat by like 30 in that game.
Yes.
Didn't phase them.
No.
You said Kirk Cousins will be the Denver Broncos quarterback in 2022. Wrong. However, you did say that the Gopher men's basketball team would finish last in the Big Ten. They did finish in a tie for last in the Big Ten with what, Nebraska, the other 4-win team, I think. Didn't the Gophers get smoked by Nebraska too? So they
lost in Lincoln badly, and I believe Nebraska on the last day of the regular season on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, upset the Wisconsin Badgers to force a tie atop the Big Ten with Wisconsin and Illinois. Right?
Wow, drama. This is the least interested I've been in college basketball probably in my life.
I care now.
You guys.
Oh, it's March Madness time. Now
Yep.
I care.
I'm with Declan on this one.
Yep.
Like now, I
Love
care.
March Madness.
Before, I don't really care that much.
How much do you love March Madness? Are you watching some of these, like the Sun Belt Conference Championship game? Like
No. Conference
Tournament.
tourney time does not count. Conference tourney time does not count for me. I'm talking about legitimate tourney time March Madness. Like, I want to see Oral Roberts, a 15 seed, make a run to the Sweet Six. I love that stuff. Inject that into my vein.
I feel like people think that they want to see like Oral Roberts,
No,
but then
you
when you really get down to it, and it's like the Sweet 16, you're like, who are
It's
these
bad
skater
basketball.
boys?
Upsets often result in bad games.
And blowouts when they
The 15 seed has advanced through. It's like, oh no, I don't want to see that piece of crap.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, I had a couple Rodgers predictions come out the board. I hedged here. At one point, I said Rodgers will go back to the Packers in 2022. That's correct. But then a couple years ago, I said Rodgers would be the Vikings starting quarterback in 2022. So split the difference. Listeners had a nice little week here. Nice little week after a slow start.
Ooh, okay.
So we're going to take this one off the board. It felt a little dicey for a while because of the Kyler Murray, Cliff Kingsbury stuff. But, I mean, it's been 2 months now. So Jamie said Kingsbury would be fired after the season, and either Bieniemy or Leftwich would be the next Cardinals head coach. And then they went on a run here. Logan said the Wild would win at least 2 games between last week and this week's Write That Down. They beat the buzzer last night. Justin said Aaron Rodgers will play in Green Bay in 2022. And Declan's brother Liam, I think this is a home run, said Ben Simmons will play in no more than 20 NBA games this regular season is what the spirit of this was. And it is now mathematically impossible for him to play 20 games. So nice work.
Do we know
He
when?
literally
supposed
just
to play?
texted me, I only hit dingers, brother. I only hit dingers. So the Goff brothers are actually combining for home runs here. We might have to make a separate column.
The Bash brothers.
The Bash brothers,
You're
yeah.
like Joe and Dom DiMaggio.
Mm-hmm.
One of you is really good, and one of you just hit a couple home runs.
That's right. Declan, you also had a nice week. You said you had a parlay that Adam Page and Britt Baker would retain their respective titles at AEW Revolution over the weekend. Happened. Let's see here. You said the Wolves would hit the over. 34.5 was the over-under from DraftKings. And what are they up to now? 37 wins?
Yeah.
So they're going to
Yeah.
blow past that. You did say the Wild would make a trade
Yeah.
between last week and this week's. Red.
Trying to speak that one into existence a little bit.
Unless
That's
something
okay.
broke here in the last, 10 minutes.
No. Just nothing crazy.
All's
Nothing
quiet
crazy.
in Billy's
All
office.
is quiet. All is quiet as we approach Mikko Koivu jersey retirement day.
Okay.
As we get closer.
Judd's very excited for that. So here are the latest updated statistics here. Declan off to a sizzling start, batting .474 with 2 home runs. Judd's at .350 with 2 home runs. I'm at .321 with 1 home run. Listeners
Good.
now at .308 with 1 home run. So everyone's off to a pretty decent
I
start
like
here.
this start. I like this.
Declan's off to a scintillating start. All time, Judd, 207 career hits, which leads everyone. The listeners just smacked their 20th career home run.
Nice job. Liz.
Heyo.
And Declan closing in on 100 career hits. You have 95 career hits. So you might hit that 100 milestone here. We'll stop the show if that happens. You can,
Thank you. Yeah.
hop on the
Stop
mic.
the show. We'll have a ceremony for you.
All right, let's get him in here. David is our parlay-loving guest listener predictor today. David, what's going on, man? What do you got up your sleeve? What do you got in store for us?
Well, so we got a new offensive coach for the Vikings. We had to upgrade from the small play card to the big play card.
Yep.
And we are ready to come out of the bullpen with the lefty arm here. We'll throw some heaters and we'll try to strike some parlays out here.
Love it, love it. All right, so we're going to go around the room. We're going to start with David, over to Judd, to Declan, and back to me. 3 trips around. Start us off, David. You're the leadoff man.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
All right, my first one, I'm going to jump on this before Declan and Judd can beat me to it. We've got a Minnesota Wild parlay.
Okay.
First part, the Minnesota Wild will make at least 1 trade before the trade deadline. I'm hoping for a goalie. Don't know what for, but it will be at least 1.
Okay.
They will jump the Blues in the Central Division, and they will beat the Blues in 7 games in the first
Oh,
round.
dude, wow.
This is prediction 1.
Yes.
I love this.
God.
Yeah, this is great.
Bringing the
So
heat.
so you didn't lose faith. A little bit of a rough stretch in late February or early March. You have not lost faith, it sounds like, David.
No, and I really think they're going to make a trade for a goalie, hoping some flower power comes in here and it stabilizes that position. And I think if they get that, they got enough speed and skill that they can go on a better run and jump this Blues team that is not better than them. Really, we just need to not suck for a while.
They're struggling right now as well. The Blues are, so.
Which
The Wild
team has
very
the
close.
best chance to upset Colorado to potentially have the Wild avoid Colorado in the playoffs? Like who? Or is it just inevitable that you would run into Colorado
You're
at some
probably
point?
going to run into Colorado.
You're going to run into him.
Okay, you guys do it yourself. Okay.
I wouldn't trust Edmonton or Nashville to beat them.
No.
No.
Not that. And no, I don't trust the Predators at all.
Yeah, no way.
Write this down.
All right, Judd.
All right, write this down. The Packers will sign Davante Adams to a multi-year contract extension before opening day of the National Football League season. So he had the franchise tag slapped on him yesterday. There is a date, I don't know the exact date, in July, at which point in time that you have to sign an extension or play under the franchise tag. But he will sign at some point this offseason a multi-year contract extension.
Is this maybe part of why Rodgers hasn't officially signed yet? Is he trying to stand up for his buddy Davante Adams? Because he floated on McAfee's show a couple weeks ago
Yeah.
that he doesn't think that the franchise tag is what anyone wants on either side
Yeah.
for Davante Adams.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he has to sign though to technically bring his cap hit down far enough for 22 to get Davante Adams in.
But
So
he's
it's
got another week to hover over that paper. He doesn't have to.
It's a balancing. Oh, believe me, he'll pull that crap. He loves the drama. He'll pull some stunt.
He probably will. All right, Declan, your
Write
first
this
prediction.
down.
All right, a couple hockey ones for me here. I'll start with this one. The Wild have 4 games between now and next week, so write that down. I'm going to say the Wild win at least 3. I think we've seen the worst of the swoon. The worst of the swoon is now over and better days are ahead. They have the Red Wings. They have Columbus. Nashville, I believe, is on Sunday, Judley. So they have 4 games between now and next week's. Write that down. The Wild win at least 3 games between now and next week's. Write that down.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a nice little feel-good win last night. Get the confidence flowing.
Write this down.
Okay. All right, I'm going to need Judd to take his headphones off for this next one.
Unbelievable. Now, can you guys wave? Can you guys, when you're done, wave your arms? Don't give me the tepid little come back and join us, John.
Sure.
Give me the waving, the airplane on the coming in. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
God.
All right. When he's on one. Okay. When do they play Detroit? That's tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Okay. When are you guys? I'm just trying to get a feel for how to make this prediction.
Okay.
So, okay. They're gonna lose to. It's a parlay. They're gonna lose to Detroit. And and Detroit, by the way, is not good. They're below 500. They're outside the playoff picture. They're gonna lose to Detroit.
Okay.
And Judd will rant about Dean Evison either on Judd's hockey show. He will be angry with Dean Evison either on Judd's hockey show or Mackie and Judd.
Okay.
The next day.
Okay.
So Friday, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we might do a post-game show, so I'll keep you up to date if he does it on that one on Thursday.
Yeah,
it could
be
on a
either
SKOR
show.
North platform in 24 hours. Yeah, I got you.
All right.
All right,
cool.
we're good.
Come on back, Judd.
Come on in. Come on in. Big arms. He wants big arms. Big arms here. Big arms. Judd.
I turned you down.
Big arms.
I couldn't hear
Big
a thing. All right, I'm back.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Okay. All right. Back to David. Your second prediction, sir.
All right, we're going to swing over to the Timberwolves here. Want a bit of a run here. We're probably going to win tonight, but here is a 3-part Timberwolves parlay for the end of the season. They will make the play-in games as the 7th seed. They will lose that first game, which most likely is going to be the Clippers, who is just the worst matchup for this team ever. But they will win the second game, either New Orleans or the Lakers, to make the playoffs as the official 8th seed. And they will lose to the Phoenix Suns in 5 games.
Wow.
You're just throwing heat today. This is.
I love this, dude.
This is a
so
great appearance.
can you go through? Okay, go through that again.
So they will make the play-in game as the 7th seed. So they'll get to host they'll get 2 chances to win into the actual playoff bracket. They will host most likely the Clippers, but they will lose that first game. But they will get another shot to win because that's how the play-in tournament works. They will win that second game to officially make the tournament, the playoff bracket, as the 8th seed, which means they will face the Suns, and they will lose to the Suns in 5 games.
Okay.
Yep, got it.
All right.
Write this down.
I like where you're going here. Judd, back to you.
It's awesome. National Hockey League trade deadline comes up March 21st, so I'm going to get my swings in here while I can. The Edmonton Oilers will acquire a goalie already in the National Hockey League, so not just some complete slappy, before the trade deadline on March 21st.
Okay.
The Oilers will acquire. So as we talked about on JHS last night with Dex and I, Toronto needs a goalie. Washington needs help in goal. Edmonton, Minnesota, and that's just off the top of my head. And I think the Oilers have to get a goaltender. If the Wild's guys were struggling, the Oilers guys suck. They're terrible. So the Oilers will get a goaltender.
All right.
Write this down.
Declan.
All right. It's a little bit of a layup, but I sometimes like to put up these little singles and little bunts down the line. So the Wild have 12 games in the month of March left. They have a ton of games here, so 24 possible points. And right now the Wild are at 69. Nice. Points as it currently stands at the time of this prediction. So they'll write this down. The Wild will have at least 80 points by April 1st.
So they have to average almost a point per game, basically.
Yeah. They will have at least 80 points by April 1st. So when this month finishes, they'll have 80 points on the season. Write that down.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Write this down.
A little layup there.
It is layup.
We'll allow it. We'll allow it. So 60. I just want to see the Wolves have 16 games left. All right, I'm not gonna go quite as bold as David did here, but I also have a parlay. So I think the Wolves. So part one of the parlay is the Wolves will beat the Clippers in the first play-in game. So I disagree with David. They're gonna beat the Clippers in the first play-in game. It's a bad matchup for the Wolves, but I feel like they've turned a corner here, man. I really do.
Mm-hmm. Paul George back yet? Or
he wasn't last night. They got smoked by Gold. The Clippers got smoked last night by Golden State. And that brings me to the second part of this parlay, which is probably a home run on its own, but I'm going to put it on. I'm going to go for it all here. The Wolves will upset whoever they play in the first round of the playoffs. It's either going to be the Grizzlies or the Warriors.
Whoa.
They will upset whoever they play in the first round of the playoffs.
Woo!
Write it down.
Okay.
I think they're going to the second round. First of all, I think they match up very well with Memphis. And as great as John Morant is, you get into a series with him, I'm cool with him shooting. Just let him sit out there and just hunker down, baby. Put Pat Bev on him. I think they can hound John Morant in a playoff series. Golden State obviously makes me nervous. So if they draw Golden State, it's a problem. But I legitimately think they can beat Memphis in a 7-game series. So write it down. They will beat the Clippers, and then they will win in the first round they will win the series in the first round.
Write this down.
That's right. All right. I am so drunk on Wolves Kool-Aid right
the
now.
Kool-Aid here, dude. It's getting you again. Got you against Twins. Yankees, I got you.
I know. All right, David, go ahead.
All right, it is time to go to the carnival that is the NFL, and we're going to ride this quarterback carousel here for a minute. I'm already on record saying on Purple Daily, a top 20 Apple NFL podcast, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm already on record that Kirk Cousins is going to be traded there. So, some other guys that are going to end up certain places. I believe Mitchell Trubisky will end up in Seattle. I believe Gardner Minshew will end up in Indianapolis.
Ooh.
And in such an ironic twist, Jimmy Garoppolo will be the quarterback for Tampa Bay, and Tom Brady will be the quarterback in San Francisco.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Dude.
Yes.
They will be traded for each other.
Yes.
Yes.
Reckless.
Brady is going to play. There's no question in my mind he's going to play, and I think you're right. I think it's San Francisco.
Dude.
Going home.
When would that happen in the next 2 weeks, or would it happen later on?
I have
Off the
no
record.
idea. Off the record, I think it is a post-draft trade.
Yeah.
So is your Garoppolo, write that down, is the trade part of your write that down, or just the carousel of where guys end up?
You know what? We're gonna make that part of it. We're gonna say they're gonna get traded for each other.
You got big brass ones, my friend.
I hope that semantics don't derail this, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
an amazing prediction.
Yeah, Sam Cassell. Your regular Sammy Cassell.
Speculation.
Love it. All right, David, just slinging the parlays on today's show. Since you've got this platform here on Mackie and Judd, this life-changing moment once again, is there anyone in your life you'd like to thank that brought you to this moment?
So I did the wife, the family, thanks last time. So this time I'm going to thank you guys for the content you've been putting out. And really, it's putting your names to your faces with these takes and taking just bullets and shots on Twitter all day. Just brief, tiny bit of story time. I kicked a Twitter hive a couple weeks ago when I said Tim Duncan was not a top 5 all-time NBA player. He was simply 7 to 10, not top 5, simply 7 to 10.
Yeah,
That's a totally fair take.
My Twitter timeline and mentions. I don't know if I've ever gotten more hate in a 24-hour span on anything ever.
I love it, dude. Kevin Garnett was better than Tim Duncan, but got put in a crappy situation for 15 years compared to Tim Duncan.
Oh,
that's my take.
But don't ever tell anybody who believes Tim Duncan fans that. They think you're going to be screaming blasphemy in the middle of Benilde St. Margaret's.
I've done that before.
Yeah, Judd's done that plenty of
Bad
times.
idea.
Don't do that.
Catholics don't like it.
Yeah, no, you got to be careful when you kick the beehive on Twitter. You gotta come prepared with the proper, sort of armored material and
Twitter-proof
mindset.
vest.
Yeah,
That's what you need. A Twitter-proof vest.
It was rough. It was hilarious, but it was rough.
Yeah,
It's a long 24 hours.
Yeah, I think some people ask, like, why do you stir the pot on Twitter? It's batting practice, man. I got to test out my takes for these two guys on a regular basis.
Well, and you don't. why be bland milquetoast on Twitter when you can be, the spicy sriracha that makes the dish just
There it is.
Yeah, the
beautiful.
crybaby Craigs. That's what
Exactly.
I
Absolutely.
Yep. So, all right, David, great work, dude. We'll get you on again sometime. Thanks for being a guest listener predictor here.
Awesome stuff,
right.
man.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thanks, David.
See you, David. Great stuff. All right, Judd, take us home here.
All right, I'm going to stay on the National
Write this
Hockey League
down.
trade deadline path. The
Okay.
New Jersey Devils will deal PK Subban before the deadline. So PK Subban, their defenseman, will be dealt at some point before the
seems-
deadline hits. Just to be clear,
That
It's really
seems
sad that
likely.
him and Lindsey Vonn broke up. What
Eh.
happened?
they were a good couple.
What happened?
What, Dex? I thought they were a good couple. I thought they were a cute couple.
I'm not a big Lindsey Vonn fan.
Whoa,
I just
why?
not to turn this into a play. She seems a little off. There.
What?
Not a big.
Huh?
What's
Vonn fan.
she's a Minnesotan now.
Yeah, she's a great athlete.
Always seemed to fall in the Olympics. She's a weird duck. I'm not a fan.
Well,
Wait, are
there's
you
a
saying
lot of-
she's falling on purpose for attention? Is that what you're?
No.
Aaron Rodgers?
No. I'm saying she didn't rise. She didn't
She
rise
lacks the
up
clutch
in the
gene.
Olympics. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Declan
Wow,
only
I
Lindsey
respects-
Vonn takes.
I didn't expect,
got him.
like when Phil said that, I didn't expect like this to turn into a Lindsey Vonn bash session.
No,
She's,
yeah.
I'm proud of her. I think she's done a great job.
She was a Tiger for a while. With
I mean,
PK
the
for
day
a while,
after we
so-
celebrated women in sports, a
Yeah,
whole
no.
day,
that's
day,
great.
you elect to
don't.
just take a shot at Lindsey Vonn. A day that I thought is a great idea. Anyway, keep going.
Write this down.
All right, back to Declan. Your final
I'm
prediction.
stopping while I'm ahead before I'm chastised. All right, want some Wolves Kool-Aid? I got some Wolves Kool-Aid for you here. How about this? Write this down. The Wolves will leapfrog the Nuggets or the Mavericks in the Western Conference standings at some point in the month of March.
Wow.
I mean,
So at some point in the month of March,
So
They don't, and
somebody's
they
gonna
don't have
cool
to
off and the
stay
Wolves
ahead.
aren't.
They don't have to stay ahead.
But after a slew of games, whether it's by a half or whatnot, the Wolves will leapfrog the Nuggets or the Mavericks in the Western Conference standings at
Wow.
some point in the month of March.
Well,
Write that
their
down.
chance would be, they play 2 games against Dallas later on this month, March 21st and March
I
25th.
saw that.
So obviously, if they can beat Dallas twice, and their schedule, they could slip up. Listen, if they win tonight, it's the first 6-game winning streak since 2004.
I know, it's nuts.
They haven't
Yes, the
won
Wolves.
6 games in a row since
It's
2004.
incredible. Their
dude.
ineptitude is so remarkably impressive.
But they've got some games here. So Oklahoma City and Orlando, they're going to be favored in both those games. They have the second leg of a back-to-back at Miami, which is going to be really tough. San Antonio is feisty but bad. Then home against the dying Lakers.
Yeah,
Home against the Bucks on 3 days rest.
yeah.
They have a Bucks, Dallas, Phoenix, Dallas, Boston stretch, and then there's a Denver game in there too. So their schedule gets really tough for like 2 weeks, but beat
don't
Dallas twice.
Don't forget though, you're dealing now with skinny Luka.
Is he that skinny though?
He lost some weight, man. He was doughy as hell, and he looks like he's lost 15 pounds.
He's an amazing player. Yeah.
And he is an incredible talent. He is among the players in this league that I would purchase tickets to watch. He's in my
He's
top,
up there.
He's in my top 5 right now, I think.
Yeah,
He's that incredible in person.
he's a badass.
Write this down.
All right, write this down. Just a little quarterback prediction here. Jimmy Garoppolo will be the next 2021 starting quarterback to change teams.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think, like, if I could get hung up there if Gardner Minshew gets traded. Technically, he started a game, but
He started, but
we can deal with that semantical question if we
I
come
think
to
so.
it. Jimmy
That's
Garoppolo will be the next 2021 starting quarterback to change teams in the NFL.
I don't think you're going to get caught on this, but the one that could potentially bite you is Carson Wentz. Like if somebody decides to take a chance on Carson Wentz, because the Colts would love to get rid of Carson Wentz, but I think you're safe, Phil.
Yep, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Old Kirky boy.
Kirky boy.
All right, those are your write that down predictions, your accountability
Write this
session. The
down.
only show in America that actually has the balls to put our statistics next to our predictions. That's
Sammy
right,
Cassell.
Stephen A. That's right, Rome, Cowherd,
Rome.
all you
Yeah, Francesa.
pundits, Francesa.
Doggy, the doggy. What are you talking about?
We're coming for you. Scott Van Pelt, Bill Simmons.
Scott Van Pelt.
Rich Eisen,
Zubin,
Max Kellerman.
John Anderson from Late Night Sports Center. That's right. Put your stats on it.
Yeah,
Put a
take that
batting
red.
average on it.
Take
Yeah,
that, Red
Greeny.
Smith.
All right, we should probably go before we run out of sports talking heads to shout out here randomly. All right, Reckless Speculation Thursday, tomorrow on Mackie and Judd. We'll take your feedback later in the week, too, so keep sending us stuff through the SKOR North app, and we'll see you guys.